What's up, YouTubers? I want to take a minute and talk a little bit about religious expressions and its so-called being evidence that someone believes in God. Basically, religious expressions is something that is embedded into you for most people from a very, very early age, all depending on when you were exposed to religion. Basically, what I want to talk about, one of the things is when you hear people say things like, God bless you, it becomes natural to say this when you hear someone sneeze. Now, you won't catch me saying that, being that I am an atheist. However, there are some atheists out there who you may find say this, particularly people who have just became atheists. You may find them saying things like, God bless you. Well, it's just something that was embedded in them from their surroundings and from them growing up, and there's nothing in there. It's kind of an empty gesture almost, because of the simple fact that they don't believe in God. And by them saying this does not imply that they did. It only implies that perhaps they used to, and that this was something that was instilled into them. So, moving on, when I hear someone say, God bless you, what do you say as an atheist? How do you respond to this? Well, I was watching the Infidel Guy show, and he said that Dan Barker responds to this by saying that that's kind of a funny thing to say to an atheist. Well, I don't say that for my own personal reasons. They can get pretty hostile in my area if you say some stuff like that, and I don't really want to start hostility. And at the same time, I'm not going to hide the fact that I'm an atheist. So generally, what I do is, in cases like that, I just ignore it. And a lot of times, I do get people saying, "I said God bless you." They want a response, and so I give them a response, and I say, I don't believe in God. Or I say, I heard you, and leave it as that. But, you know, as an atheist, you have to come up with your own way of dealing with this. But another thing that I want to talk about is when you hear people say, have a blessed day. How do you respond to that? Well, I will tell you how I respond to it. When someone tells me, have a blessed day, I tell them that there is no God to bless my day. And then I go on to say, are you an oracle that you can predict what kind of day that I'm going to have? And do you have some kind of magical powers where you can make me have a blessed day? So this is how I typically handle this. Now, I typically get all kinds of responses when I say this, most of them being hostile. But that's another thing. If you get yourself in a situation that someone is coming up in your face in a very hostile manner, there's nothing wrong with perhaps putting your hand out and telling them to back up a little bit, and tell them that, if push comes to shove, that you will in fact defend yourself. If they get physically abusive towards you, abrasive towards you, letting them know that you will defend yourself and tell them to step back a little bit. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But moving on, another gesture that, another expression that I often hear is expressions like someone may say, oh my God. Now, I know what this expression means. It means that this person is shocked about something or surprised about something. And that means the exact same thing if you hear an atheist slip up and say something like, oh my God. That does not mean that they believe in God. It only means that they are surrounded by this expression, and it is something that has been embedded in them, something that has been learned by them. It does not imply that they believe in God. It only implies that they are shocked or surprised about something, and so they use an expression to symbolize that saying, oh my God. Another thing, someone may say, God damn it. And all of a sudden this means that they believe in God. All this means is that they are frustrated or upset about something. It does not imply a belief in God. So my message to all these deists out here, when you hear someone make these type of expressions, it does not imply that they believe in a God. At best, all it implies is that they used to believe in a God. So, to sit right there and say that this is proof that this person believes in God, this is proof that God exists, only shows your insecurity toward your so-called faith and belief in the so-called God. If you knew that he is so real and you had proof for it, you would not be pointing to such minute, insignificant things like people using expressions, oh my God, as proof that they believe in God and as proof that there is a God. So, find another way to spread your propaganda and to prove that God exists, which you can't, because by someone using religious expressions does not even imply that they believe in God, nor does it offer any existence or any proof for God. Peace.